So I grew up on a small farm, about 3 acres. The current farm we're on is 15.
So Jeremy grew up on a farm in Northern California in Sonoma County.
So the farm life was something I was used to. So we decided to move to the farm. It was a little bit of an easy transition for me, a much tougher transition for Aaron.
I would say that pretty much everything we do starts with the foundation of what's good for the environment, because it's been a long family value that Jeremy and his family have held just from living in the Bay Area in the 60s and the 70s. And so Jeremy learned all these amazing organic gardening practices from the time he was a little boy. And so we've definitely carried that over to now. And, you know, we've got the solar panels, that's going back into the grid right now.
I mean, I think that, you know, in addition to having a solar powered farm, which is a pretty cool thing for regeneration and sustainability, we really try and integrate a lot of the aspects of the farm. And like Aaron was talking about, the little farm that I grew up on always had sheep. So my sister started her flock when she was 9, and the remnants of that flock are still here on the farm today.
The
descendants, yeah. And you know, the animals are a really valuable part of a small integrated farm because they mow the grass, they do nutrient recycling, and the manure is excellent fertilizer. And so we have currently 5 sheep. In some of the images from back in 2019, 2018, there was as many as 40 sheep here at a time when they lambed. So there were a lot of sheep here at one time. There's fewer, much fewer now.
It's all regenerative. Like the manure goes into the compost piles, and then all of the pumice that we have from the pears when we do the juicing, that goes into the compost piles. And then the sheep also eat some of the pear pumice, and then so that all goes back into the gardens and into the orchards as well.
Yeah, we've mulched about 50 of the trees with wool. You know, that's a fleece, which is the entire growth of wool for a year for one animal, is on each of those 50 trees. Mm-hmm. So the wool had been stockpiled here for a long time because farmers never throw anything away. So we were able to turn that into mulch, which has really cut down on weeds and water use in the orchard. And then we do have 2 donkeys that we got just last year, 2024.
2 miniature Sicilian donkeys that we have that were kind of adoptees from a neighbor that was looking for a new home for them. The donkeys, their value add is just that they're cute, pretty much. They really don't. They don't really, and I guess their manure this will be the first year that we'll have Sicilian miniature donkey manure in the orchard. So We'll see. Maybe if we have like an amazing orchard or amazing fruit this year, we could say it's because of Bud and Emma.
Right. And you know, a lot of things on a farm, it's really valuable to keep things that either produced here or come out of the ground and continue to reuse them. So as an example, when we're digging irrigation or digging the holes for the trees, we just generated a tremendous amount of rock, massive amounts of rocks, and these rocks are very large, and we've used those for drainage projects. We've also lined all the raised beds around the cidery parking lot driveway with stone, and you know, all of those things can continue to be reused and repurposed